Good morning guys and welcome back to my channel. It's the Tuesday after the Easter bank holiday weekend. I'm just going to go through 8 of the currency pairs that I'm currently looking at the moment to see how we're going to start the week. I'm going to do a quick analysis of each of the currency pairs, see where we are, what we plan on doing, and without further ado, let's get to it. Alright, so let's run through these currency pairs and do a quick analysis on each of them, starting with the Euro GBP. So on the Euro GBP, I'm going straight to the weekly chart to see where the supports and resistance are. So I'll move the chart to the far right so I can have a view of the far left and see where the support and resistance are. So okay, we can see now we are touching on a support level. So now I put in the horizontal line at that support level, roughly where I think it should be. So we're looking at 86.99, so we're looking at 87. 0.87 is the horizontal line. So now from the weekly, I'll go back to the daily to see how close we are to that horizontal line, and we are pretty close. So just gonna wait to see if we violate that support level. My verdict on that for the moment will be I'm just gonna wait and see if we violate that support level. So if we violate that support level and we touch on 0.86, then I'm going to look into shorting that. But at the moment we are just we are where we are with that. So I'm not looking to open a buy position because at this moment that isn't part of my strategy to open a buy position at this level. I'll be looking to open a buy position if we close above the cloud. So if the Tekkensen crosses the Kaiju as part of the technical analysis above the cloud, then I'll look at that. But I'll look at buying that. But at the moment, I'm just going to leave it as it is and move on to the next pair. GBP USD. Look straight to the weekly, see where we are with that. All right, it is a downtrend, and it looks like we're going up to test a support level. All right, so I'm gonna just put in the horizontal line again to where I think that support level is, and it looks like it's on the 128.211. So anywhere around there is where the support level is. So if we're looking back to September 2016 and May 22, even between January to September 2016, that support level that support level is being held at 128.211, around there. So if I move down to the daily chart, we can see that I am looking to see if we're going to test that level. And then as part of my strategy, once we've tested our level, whether or not we close above or consolidate at that level will then reinforce my verdict on shorting that pair. But for the time being, I'm just gonna pay attention to the fundamentals, keep tabs on the technicals, and just keep the market psychology in mind as well. All the USD pairs are quite interesting in these times, so I keep tabs on that. We move on down to the Euro USD. Again, straight down to the weekly to see what we are. All right, it looks like we've closed below support level, and then we retraced back up to test our support level. So you see, and I'll draw in a horizontal line at that possible support level to see where we are with that. So now I think that support level is just around 111.13. The support level is just around 111.13 on the weekly. So now I'll go back down to the daily and see where we are with that. So yeah, 4 hours. 4 hours is not that important at the moment because I'm not looking to open a position. I'm not looking to open a position, just a quick analysis. I'm seeing where I am looking to get in at, and I'm looking to get in at around the 111 mark, the support level. I think we're going to test that level and possibly respect that level as well. So I will look to shorten at that level with my stop loss above the 140, my stop loss about 115, looking at the daily. If we get to test that level, and again, if we test that level and we close above that level, I will not be opening a sell position. So it all depends, because then if it gets to that level, then if you look back at the weekly, you can then possibly say it could be an uptrend. So for the Euro USD at the moment, I'm just gonna wait and see what the behavior is around that support level. So my verdict on that will be, I'm just gonna wait on that. It's consolidated in the cloud at the moment on the 4 hours. If it breaks above the cloud and the Tekkensen crosses the Kaiju, I'll just wait to see how that plays out. So now move on to the USD yen. Now this again is an interesting pair as well due to the current climate. So I'm going down to the weekly first. The RSI is showing a divergence on the weekly. My Chaikin volatility is peaked. So on the day, back to the daily, then that looks like a good position to 107. Looks like a good setup, a setup for a sell pending. So on the daily, then I'm just gonna drop down to the 4 hours to have another look. We are at a support level. Now go back to the daily and have a look at that support level. If we close below 107 on the daily, then I will be looking at a short on the 4 hours. But at the moment, I'm just gonna stick in that horizontal line at 106.934 and wait and see what happens. So I'm gonna keep tabs on that. Let's take it back to the daily and put a note down to just keep tabs on that. So move on to the GBP yen. So onto the GBP yen on the weekly, it looks like we're testing the Kaiju and heading into the cloud. RSI, there's nothing there. Checking volatilities, nothing there. So I move down to the daily, taking into account the fundamentals of where we are and the yen being a safe haven currency. It looks like, let's put a little marker on that. It looks like a possible setup pending for short. USD yen and the GBP yen are two important pairs that I'm gonna just keep tabs on at the moment, because that could be a possible short. But then I'll have to wait and see if we close below 132.33, which is the previous low, as that support area. So if we close below that, then I know we're gonna be heading towards 124 on the daily. So I'm just gonna put in that horizontal line down to the 4 hours quickly, just to have a quick look. Yes, so if we from the 4 hours, we can see that the support line is below the cloud. So if we did close below the cloud and the Tekkensen crosses the Kaiju, that's the technical side, the technical box clicked. Now we'll then also just keep tabs on the fundamentals as well and the market psychology. I know I keep repeating myself when I'm saying market psychology. That basically means that I wouldn't just jump into the market like I am 100% certain. I'll wait to see how the volatility plays out. So I wouldn't just get into a sell or a buy position as soon as the market opens at 8 o'clock, and I tend to just wait till about 9, 10, 11 o'clock UK time to see how the volatility is playing out, how the smart money is playing out, and then factor in my strategy and see where we are. But for the GBP yen, it looks like a pending setup for a short at the moment on the 4 hours. We are kind of consolidated But as I said, once we break below the cloud and we've violated our support level, I'll go into I'll look into to shorten if everything else, all the boxes else is ticked on my strategy. So I'll stick that back on a weekly and move on to the next pair, which is the Kiwi dollar. Now the Kiwi dollar, it's similar to the GBP yen in terms of this decision that I'm possibly going to make. So if we look to the weekly, there's a possible setup pending. So we go down to daily on that candlestick pending. We go back up to the weekly and have a look at support levels. There's nothing that I can see to the left. Now I'll go as far as the monthly to see where we are. There's not a concrete support level that I can see. And we go down to the monthly to have a quick look, and we can see that we did close below that support level of 0.60. If you look down to 2005 May, that's a support level there. And when we did close below that support level, and we're back up to retest it. I think we're kind of retesting it at that point at the moment on the monthly. So I'll go down to the 4 hours and just have a look at the RSI. Okay. And have another look at the Chaikin volatility. See, now I like how those indicators are looking at the moment for short, but I'm not going to short yet because my strategy is not fully confirmed. I'm looking to see if we close below 60.50. I'll be expecting a divergence on the RSI, and I'll be looking at the Chaikin. As well. Let's just go back to the daily. Now I'm just going to wait for a candlestick to form below the 60.50, and that will be a confirmation of that retracement back to the downside. So now once that happens, I'll go into the 4 hours and then the 1 hour to be able to pick my entry points. But at the moment I'm just going to leave it on the daily, and then I'll just go back to the 4 hours, another confirmation of my technicals, and the 1 hour to make my entry. But again, I'm not just looking at the technicals. Once all my technicals are aligned with my strategy, then I know exactly how I should proceed, which will be shorten that pair. So for the time being, I'm just gonna keep it on the daily and wait to see what happens on that level. All right, next is the Aussie dollar. So on the Aussie dollar, is straight down again to the weekly to have a look where we are with support and resistance. There is nothing there. So down to the monthly, up to the monthly, and we can see, yes, we are heading to a support level. Well, we are testing a support level, which is in 2008, again in 1992, a bit back. But it always helps to look left. Again in 98, that support level of 63.83, and it looks like we're testing that again here. So now on the weekly, and I can say that level is the 65.436. So now let's have a quick look at the daily. This hasn't tested the Kaiju. Let's put in the horizontal line. So we'll wait to see if we test the Kaiju up to 64.84, about 64.84. So again, decision on that at the moment will be just wait and see. That could be a fakey, but we'll just wait and see. I'm going to take it back to the daily and leave it on the daily. Last but not least is the gold dollar spot. So on that, I'll go straight to the weekly. Now we know technical on this isn't really a key. I mean, the technical lines and rules will be respected, but it's not a key for decision making. Now, any technical is good if it's formed part of a bigger strategy which involves your fundamentals, your market psychology as well. There are other elements to that to trading, and please don't get me wrong that every single element, so individual psychology, money management, risk management, they all plays a major factor. The reason I'm not mentioning all of them is because it's just be too time consuming, and there's tons of videos on YouTube about, you know, different forms of strategy, different types of strategy, mindsets, so on and so forth. Let's go to the weekly on that and have a look. So we are higher highs. I'm just going to look left on the weekly and see where we are. So 2012, if you look at 2012 and between 2011, 2012 and 2013, we can draw a horizontal line there. So we've tested that 3 times between 2011 to 2013. And that level is 1778, so let's say 1780. So now if we stroll back to the right and have a look at where we are at the moment on the weekly for the gold dollar, we are 1720, and looking at the horizontal line which we drew by looking left on the weekly, we can see that it's 1770, 1780 we're looking to test. So my view on this pair is a good pair to short if your strategy is being confirmed. So we will keep tabs on that to that level. We'll see what happens. There's a high probability that it's going to test that level. So I'm not going to do anything at the moment. I'm just going to leave the horizontal line in there on the weekly and see where we are with that level. If that level get tested and we close above that level, taking into account where the fundamentals will be at, their psychology, but mainly where the fundamentals is going to be at that moment, with everything that's going on in the market in terms of the US employment numbers, the US stock markets, and so on and so forth. There's a barrage of information to take into account, but just the main thing, the US numbers and where we are with this the lockdown and the coronavirus, testing it at 1780 I'll be looking to short. But again, I'm just gonna keep that horizontal line in there and see where we are when we get to that level, and what the markets so what the fundamentals are before I make a concrete decision on whether to short or wait to see if that level is violated. And we could be heading up to, you know, to higher highs. So if we stroll quickly back to the monthly chart, we can see, I mean, we've had higher highs to 1900s. So I'll wait to see where we are at that level at 1780. I'm just gonna wait and see what happens when what happens when we get to that level. For the time being, I'm going to leave my horizontal line in there and wait and see. Okay guys, well, that was a quick analysis of the pairs that I'm looking at this week. If there's anything specific you want me to touch on, do leave a comment below. If you find this video useful in any way, give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. Till next time.